Hello and welcome to another episode of Mastering Sportle. Today we're going to be going over everything to know about adding teams and also entering teams for this season. Step one in adding a team into the Sportle ID system is going into your Sportle ID profile and then going over into the Teams tab and then adding a team. Now there are a few options with creating multiple teams for the season. So if you did have teams added from the previous season, you can just go ahead and hit roll over and select the last season, select all for divisions to see every single team, or you can filter them and then hit search, and you'll notice that all the teams from last year will populate again. So if I select all of them, those teams will be added, but no players will be added to that roster. So the roster from the previous season won't be carried over. You will have to add all the players to the new team that's added. The other option is just creating one single team. So to create a single team, you'll have to add the team name. Sure, when you're adding the team name, it follows our guidelines. So we want Calgary Cubs 18U AA. So you're going to put the city as the first, the team name as the second. And then if you do have colors or team one or team two or a specific title for that team, you can add it right next to it. So if the Calgary Cubs had a Calgary Cubs blue team, we would add it before the division and then we would title it the age category, make sure that it's 18U and not U18. And that goes for all divisions, and then AA or single A or triple A or whichever other category of play that team is going to be entered in. For the short name, you can copy this and paste it, or if you do have an abbreviated shorter version of your name, you can add it there. You'll select the category of play. You don't have to fill out the home and away colors. That'll be optional. Same thing with sponsor and tournament number. You can add a phone number for the main team contact. You can add an address for the team, and then you can hit next. Now you need to fill out the team contact. So in this case, I will just add my own name. You'll add them as a manager. I'll add my work phone. Now you can display this on the team roster PDF. So we'll show that shortly, but there will be a PDF roster that's generated through your team. And if this team contact's added and this is checked off, that will be added. So if I go next, then it will review everything that you've selected. You can add multiple contacts. You could add some more. I can go create. And now my team is going to be listed as a draft under the team section. So if I go into the 2025 season, I can now see that the Calgary Cubs blue team has been added properly. The third way to add teams is going to be creating multiple teams. So this I find to be the easiest way to do it. So if I go add team, add in the team name, the short name, category, and then you can keep going and you just add as many teams as you have and would like to enter for this season, and then create. And then after, you will need to go in and add those contacts to make sure that when you do add the team entry, the contact information is provided upon submitting for team entry. Now, if we give just a brief overview of the team profile, you can just select the blue number. If you scroll down, there'll be a few boxes that you can open up. The active roster is going to be all your players. And then the second box will be affiliated players. Team officials will be your coaches and managers or any bench staff. Any released participants will be players that are released from the active roster but still are going to be covered through insurance at some point that year. And then all of your team information can be found in the second tab. This is where you can also add extra team contacts. You can add any comments about this team, or Baseball Alberta may add some different comments. This is where you will see approval for when the team is submitted for their roster. This will not be looked at until the roster deadlines. Once the team is rostered, you will have the ability to send a communication to the full team. You'll be able to submit the team for approval once all of your rostered players are added and they have proper transfer forms and coaches do have the proper certifications. You'll also have the ability to delete the team. Once the roster is added, you will be able to export the roster into a PDF, a printed version of your roster as well. This Verify Rules button, if you select it, will take you into the team restriction settings. Currently, nothing is set up within the system, but once the roster process starts to happen, you will notice that there will be some team restrictions set up and then also some qualifications set up. So this will be flagging players or coaches that do not fall under the category restrictions. Now for step 2, there's going to be a couple of options in entering your team. If you're a registrar that's already within the Spordle ID system, you can easily just go right into the profile, select actions, participate in league or tournament, select league. If you're entering A, AA, or AAA, you'll be able to select the provincial league. If you're entering the elite league, you will select the elite league. For all other community leagues, this will be populated when you do set up the category properly. So in this case, I'll be selecting the provincial league. The competition will be 18U Division 1. You can add a note as well, and then I will submit the team, and that is it for team entry. So that will be sent over to Baseball Alberta, and you'll notice that it'll say pending. As soon as we overlook it and approve it, this will change to be approved for that team. Now, if you do want to see an overview of all the leagues that Baseball Alberta has open for team entry this season, you can head over into the Spordle Clubhouse. You can go into Getting Started and then into Associations. If you scroll all the way down into step 4, this will be the team entry process that we just went over within Spordle ID. This section will give you a bit of an overview of what leagues we do have. So if you want to look into our leagues overview section in the handbook, you can select here. If you continue to scroll down, you'll notice that there's a Spordle page link to our Baseball Alberta leagues as well. So this specific link, if I select it, is going to go into the Sportal page for Baseball Alberta. And this is where you can get an overview of all of the leagues that Baseball Alberta has open for team entry this season. So if I click it, I'll be brought into this specific leagues page of Baseball Alberta's Sportal page, and you'll be able to see all the specific leagues that we have for the 2025 season. Now, if I'm looking to enter into the Baseball Alberta Provincial League, I will select this one and it will take me to the Baseball Alberta Provincial League site. Now, once you enter the league page, every league will have a register button if the registration is open. So if you click the register, you'll be able to see every single division and category of play that you could enter a team for. So if I select one of them, we will provide a full overview of that season and that division of play. And if you want to register the team, you can select register a team. You will need to know the name or the Sportle ID number, which can be found as a registrar in the back end in Sportle ID. If the team does not pop up, you'll have to contact the Baseball Alberta office to make sure that you're set up properly to add teams into the specific league. If not, you will have to add a contact and then you can further submit the team for approval. Now, once all of that is complete, you'll notice that this will change into an approved status. Once it's approved, you will then be able to go into the forms section of our website and you can scroll down and find the specific field availability form for your category of play. This will provide Baseball Alberta with the proper information to be able to schedule the season for 2025. Once everything's completed, your team will be entered into the league, and the next steps will be to roster that team within the Sportle ID platform. We will be making a brand new video coming out soon, so make sure to check on our YouTube channel and also on our newsletter for when that video will come out. Thanks for watching.